is a choke in and of itself. That's what's setting up our Bravo. Oh, you want to be my partner for it again? He was just asking about this. So I should be strangling my partner like right away. Like as soon as my hands connect here and I pinch my elbows together, you can see I'm walking this way to bring it all together. And now Buggy's already choking. He may start to go to sleep here. And once I've tightened everything up, it's pretty bad, right? So it's my elbows coming together, and I can use my whole body walking out to the side to bring his elbow closer to his neck, bringing his shoulder closer to his neck also. And that's what's going to cut off this side of the carotid artery, the shoulder and the neck, where it's the blade of my radius on the other side. So the whole thing is pretty painful, right? Yeah. Word. All right. Does that answer your question? More or less? Yeah. To answer Tina's question, Buggy, you want to take me through the Olympic roll and start to put your Bravo in? So one of my favorite ways to start to, go ahead, you can choke me, start to roll through. To counter this is to be looking for whatever he puts his arm through. Just rotate, yeah. I catch the wrist, let's rotate a little. I catch the wrist. This is why I'm telling you guys to keep this wrist hidden, because if the wrist comes out, yeah, it's right there. You okay? Yeah, as soon as I lock this, it's a pretty gnarly straight arm lock. So this is one of my favorite defenses. If I can't get that, if I can start to build like hip height, head and hip height, now the choke is off. Maybe able to start to come around. Those are some of the different ways that I like to counter this move that I'm teaching. Oh, yeah. Good. Now we'll look at a different choke from here. Or any other questions so far?
So when you're going for the all on or whatever you want to call it, and you can't get to that, what are your tweaks
Good
for
question.
holding that position?
Good question. So I have just stand for me. If I get to my Russian tie, and I can't build this grip for whatever reason, maybe he's keeping his arms straight, I'll just keep it. I'll just stay here, right? I'll try to bend the wrist. If I can, then I'll go through. If I can't, then I keep this here, and I can do the exact same thing. So it doesn't change too much. That's just a gripping option. You don't have to use that grip. I just really like it because it's so tight. You guys can feel it's already like bicep slicing them from the feet. So I can make them uncomfortable. If I can make my partner uncomfortable, I'll do it, right? I mean, it's just gonna be one more thing that they're thinking about while I'm attacking them. Other questions? No? All right, let's move on. We'll look at just one more choke because I talked for too long again. So I start to get my pinky inside. I'm trying to pull the elbow in. I'm having a tough time. So I'll switch my grip and come out as close to hip here as I can. This is what I've called the box for a long time because my elbows and arms make a box. I'm pulling my elbow in and I'm driving my shoulder forward as I pull his head to the mat so I can roll Bug through really nicely. Now the finishing mechanics will be similar. I'm gonna punch my arms through and bring them up to the back so that I don't have to extend my arm because it's harder to grab here, but sometimes they'll be able to grab the wrist on this side too. So I don't want that to happen. I punch and pull it up, hide my elbow under, or my hand under my chin. I start to roll this way, put my head on the mat, step over, pull my elbow to my ribs. It's a really gnarly choke from there. There's a couple different, like you could just belly down and finish. I see that get taught that way a lot. This is my favorite way to finish, where you're like mounted and rolling your elbow in. I think it's the strongest finish, at least for me. Again, play from the other side. So I start to circle, I get as close to hip to hip as I can. I'll have the most leverage to roll boogie from there. And then I pull my elbow down, roll him through. I'm not doing a good job with camera angle today. I push my hands through, pull them up as high as I can, bring this grip as close as I can. Camera angle, sweet. And now I can start to walk, putting my head on the mat, stepping over, rolling my left elbow to my ribs. That's tight, right?
Oh yeah.
Cool, all right.
Took you a minute to wake up.
Yeah, no worries, good. Does that make sense, everybody?
Knee on belly, okay?
Do what?
Knee on belly, okay? Or is that?
Probably could. You're more likely to get trapped in a half guard that way. Yeah. And then that would like change the angle you're finishing at. So it's better if you can be mounted. Yeah. Awesome. Anything else?
That's it.
Yes. Cam, can I borrow you, buddy? So I was here. I'm gonna change my head position, my grip, and go here, and now I can pull and drive with my shoulder, connect my palm to palm grip, punch through, pull out. And I'm like using my hips as well. My hips are coming in as my elbow comes to my ribs. Make sense? Yeah?
Sure.
Awesome. All right, let's do it. 1, 2, 1, 2.
I was way early.